Hey guys, this is going to be a watch me work video. I've had a lot of new followers who are interested in doing their own nails with all that's going on in the world, so I thought this might help. This isn't a specific tutorial, it's just a watch me go. So I always start with peel base just because I frequently change my nails for Instagram, and this just helped me pop it off without soaking. So this isn't a required step. For this manicure, I use Triple D Dip Base. When applying the base coat, you have to work very slowly and carefully, making sure to keep the liquid away from your cuticle line, or the product will build up around your cuticles and it won't look good at the end. So I just work very slowly, I pay close attention, and then I do the pour over method. So I use a coffee filter to catch all my powders and I just pour it over my nail. Then once I'm done, I fold the filter over and pour it back into the jar. I feel like my nails come out with a lot less flaws doing it this way as opposed to dipping into the powder. So as you can see, that looks pretty smooth. The smoother your nail comes out while dipping, the less buffing and filing you'll have to do later on, which will save you a lot of time. So I'm gonna just repeat those steps with the other 4 nails. I'm doing a different color on each nail this time. And I'll continue to top all the nails with one single color. So there are times I get products too close to my cuticle line, and that's when I would go in with a toothpick and clean up around the cuticle area before the product gets hard. So as soon as you're done dipping, you have to go in with that toothpick and clean up. I actually debated leaving these colors matte at this point because they just look so cute together. So once you're done with the first coat of color, you want to use a brush and dust off the excess powder so you don't contaminate your dip base with powders. On a typical day, I'll do 2 to 3 coats of the color I'm using, but for this manicure, I wanted a more soft pastel look for Easter, so I did only 1 coat of each color I used. Then I'm topping it off with Margo from Mellow Nail. I felt like it would pull the look together and make the colors, like, tone them down a little bit. If you guys are enjoying this video, drop some white hearts down in the comments so I could know you guys are interested in more of these or like watching them. I also kind of feel crazy talking to myself after being cooped up for weeks in my apartment, so it would be nice to know somebody's listening to this. So when using glitters, especially fine ones like this one, you're going to want to encapsulate it with a layer of clear, because if you don't, later on when it's time to buff, it will give you a patchy look and you won't be happy with the end results. So I just switched over to my Revel Liquid Step 1. I have a designated bottle of base just for glitters because no matter how much you brush and brush off the excess powder, glitter gets everywhere. There's always loose glitters everywhere you look when using glitter. So I don't contaminate the liquids I use for my solid colors. I just use 1 liquids for all my glitters. So this just prevents my colors being contaminated by glitter, and I think it's something to think about if you're starting your dip journey. Now that I'm done with the powder process, I'm going in with the Triple D activator and setting the powders. After this, I have some shape correction to do on my middle finger and my thumb, so I'll buff and file, and then I'll clean up around my cuticle area. So I do apply 2 coats of activator just to make sure it's fully absorbed by the powders. And then I go in and file and correct my shape, because you do lose shape when you apply powder just because it bulks up on your nails, so you want to make sure you get your shape back. I absolutely love these tiny orange buffing blocks. I got them off Amazon. They're one-time use, so they're a lot more sanitary than using a big one over and over again. And they're very fine. They leave my nail very smooth, and I highly recommend these. So this is how I clean around my cuticles most of the time. This is a cuticle drill bit. I don't remember exactly where I got them, but if you search on Amazon cuticle drill bit, you might find a similar one. Most of you guys know I love a high shine manicure, which is why I completely skipped step 3. I wash my hands to get rid of any excess dust, and I apply a gel top coat. If you are thinking about switching over to a gel top coat, you will need a lamp to cure it under. So I put mine in the light for about 60 seconds and then I'm done. Alright, so this manicure actually turned out a lot better than I pictured it in my mind, because when I started doing my nails, I didn't know exactly where I was going with this, so I was pretty happy with the end result. Let me know again if you do like videos like these so I can continue to film my process, and bye!